What's up, movie family? It's me, it's your girl D, and I'm back with another video today. And as you can tell by the title, I'm coming to you guys with my coming out story. Okay, and it's a little different just because I feel like I have more than one coming out story because I came out to my parents, well, my grandmother, the person that raised me, and at first it wasn't, okay, I'll get into that, but then later on in life, I came out to my children. So I feel like I have like two coming out stories in one because they didn't know about the way that I was. I hid that from them for a long time. As you guys know, I have two children, Jamari and Amari, and they are about to be 13 and 14 years old come January of 2021. And it's just, I have two different stories, really. I have a story where I came out to my parents, and then I have a story where I came out to my children. So it's different, than a lot of people. A lot of people just came out once. I came out the closet 2 times. I had to go back in that motherfucker and then turn around and come back out. But I'm going to give y'all my coming out story. So, go ahead before I start this video and subscribe to this channel. If you haven't subscribed already, what are you doing? Why are you here and you haven't subscribed? You're supposed to be here to watch. And if you're here to watch, then you may as well subscribe. Click that notification bell and hit all so that you can know whenever I post, upload, or do anything on this channel. There's no reason to not know. You know what I'm saying? I'm interested. I'm here to have fun. Like I said in the video before this one, I'm not as consistent, and that's only because I'm not always motivated. I'm not always motivated because I am at a low subscription rate right now, where I only have 60 subscribers, and I'm only saying how many subscribers I have because I would like to look back at this in a few years and be like, hey, I was just at 60 subscribers, and now I'm on 100K. You know what I'm saying? I'm at 100K. But that's neither here nor there. So you guys go ahead and subscribe. You go ahead and like, and I'm going to get right into this video. Okay. So, yeah, I'm back, y'all. I'm just too lit. Before I did this video, I just did a video right before this one, and I was drinking. So I may be a little more lit than I should be. But don't let that worry you. Don't let that worry you. Okay, so my coming out story, it's not really like a lot of people's stories I watch, and they get emotional and stuff like that. I'm not really an emotional person. Anybody that know me can tell you, I ain't with the emotions, baby. I ain't with the emotions and pro-pimping. I just be fucking hella women. No, I'm just tired. Let me stop lying, y'all. Let me stop lying. Let me stop lying. I'm single, but I ain't been pimping and dipping. You know what I'm saying? I just been cooling and boo. That's it. But into the story as I go. If y'all hear a little something in the background, I do have my little family behind scenes. Y'all say hi so they can know y'all back here, because y'all already making noise. Say hey, movie family. That's my ex-girlfriend, my daughter, and my son. They in the background. They loud. They irritating. I'm finna put them out. If y'all want me to put them out, drop down in the comments next time you do a video by yourself. Put them out. Because I do need y'all to be quiet, though. Y'all already know how this go. Be quiet. For real. Okay, so, Tutu, you don't know, but they know. It needs to be complete silence. If I have to send y'all out the room, I will do so.
Cut this out.
I am. But if y'all don't want to be sent out the room, be quiet, please. But back to the video. Okay, so my coming out story started when I was a little younger. I'm 32 years old now. And I think I came out for the first time ever. I was about 10, 11 years old. And I told everybody, well, y'all don't know, so I'm going to tell y'all. I was raised by my grandmother. That's a whole nother story time. I was raised by my grandmother. She had me since I was 2 years old. She raised me. And I'm sorry, y'all. I'm looking out the window. That's just me being nosy. I'm going to be one of them old ladies in the motherfucking house with all my cats looking out the window, trying to see what they doing on the block. That's just going to be me. I'm sorry. If I have a mate next to me looking with me, then I do. If I don't, I ain't mad. But back to the story. I was like 10 or 11 years old when I first came out to my grandmother. I don't know what made me come out to tell her this, but me and my grandmother, we have the closest fucking relationship, the closest bond that you could possibly ever have with your family or mother or dad or whatever the situation may be. Can you please hook that back up over there so the TV can shine its light? Thank you. Turn it back on, Tutu. And I came out to her and I told her, I said, Grandma, I feel like I'm different. You know, I see all my friends and about 10, 11 years old. I think you in like, what, 5th grade, 4th or 5th grade. And I'm like, all my friends liking boys and I'm not really interested. You know what I'm saying? Like, at that age, I was the kid that was running around, doing my own thing. I was doing all the stuff my brothers was doing, jumping off of garages, climbing trees, running up the block with all the boys. It was just me, in me to be that way. So that's what I was doing at that age. And so I came home one day and I don't know why, I can't really pinpoint the conversation that we was having to even bring that up for me to tell her that. But I felt the need to tell my grandmother that I was different. So I came to her and I told her, like, you know, I don't feel the same as everybody else. I like girls. And when I told her this, it was like she heard me, but then it was like she didn't hear me. It was like she heard me, but it was like she didn't want to hear me. So she was like, oh, well, I'm not raising you to be that way, and it's just a phase. You know how everybody always get that it's just a phase story. That's kind of what I went through. It was just a phase. So it went from me being 10 or 11 to 12 and 13 and 14, 15, and nothing changed, right? So at 14 years old, almost 15, my sisters, well, one of my sisters, because I only got raised one of my sisters. My mama got 10 kids, okay? And that's another story time. I'm going to get into that another time, okay? But my grandmother that raised me was my dad's mom. And he had 4 kids that belonged to my mom. Outside of my mom, he had no other kids. And he had 2 girls and 2 boys by my mom. So my sister was my diary, y'all. Like, she was my diary. I told her everything. Like, there was nothing that I didn't. If I had a scratch in my booty crack, you hear me? I was going to my sister like, sis, look at this. What this is before I tell grandma. Do they look like something you seen before? Like, that's how close me and my sister was. So my sister had knew that I liked the girls or whatever. I called myself having a little girlfriend at the time, and she knew about her. And that was like one of my first girlfriends, but my best friend at the time at the same time. And, you know, so my sister knew. And I told my grandma. And when I told my grandma, she told me it was a phase. So past time, rewind, fast forward, whatever you want to call it. I got to about 14, 15. Don't tell me what I'm doing. This is my video. Stop talking when I'm doing my video. For y'all get out. I'm not fucking playing. So I got to about 14, 15 years old because at first my grandma felt as if it was a phase. And then I got to the point where I was going into high school. And going into high school, it was different. You know what I'm saying? It wasn't the same as going to grammar school where I knew everybody that I had basically grew up with from kindergarten. All of my friends were the same. I went to a Catholic school and grammar school, so everybody was the same. It really was no different, no new people. So me moving from grammar school to high school, I switched from Catholic to public, where everybody was different. There was nobody that I knew there. It was literally nobody that I knew there. None of my siblings went to my school. I was the only one that went to the school at the time. My siblings went to a whole nother high school than me. And it was kind of scary. So I got into high school at 14 years old. And I was scared, you know what I'm saying? I didn't really know anybody, so I got to know people and stuff like that. And as I got to know people, I was seeing, you know, back in my day, and I'm only going to say that my kids hate when I say this, but I'm going to say it. Back in my day, and I'm going to only say that because I'm 32 years old, being gay wasn't really out like that. You know, like how it is now, I don't want to say it's a trend, but to me it's a trend because it's too open. Nobody was this open with being gay then. But in my school, you saw a couple people that was just like, they were who they were. They were studs, I guess you would say. And I was just like, oh my God, I like how they dress. They dress like I want to dress. You know what I'm saying? So I kind of came to my grandmother again, and I was like, Grandma, you know what I'm saying? I like girls and all my friends. You know, I'm telling her the stories of high school and what's going on and the people that I'm around. And she's just like, oh, no, you'll get over it. I'm not raising you like this. It's just a phase and da. So I went along with it. You know, me being who I am, my grandmother, we was in church every fucking do you hear me? Every Sunday. It was never a Sunday we didn't go to church. I used to hope and pray that she wake up and didn't want to go to. It was never a Sunday. It was never a Sunday. It was never a Sunday, y'all. It was never a Sunday. But okay, back to the story. Y'all get the picture. People like that go to church and stuff, they don't believe in this gay shit. They don't believe in being who you are, you know, and being your true self. So my grandmother was just like, no, you know, I'm not raising you to be that way. This is not the person that you are. I taught you better than that. And at the time, she had a rule where we had to be 16 years old to date. I'm 14, not even 15 yet. And she allowed, I won't even say allowed. My sister and them had friends that would come over to the house. And like I said, my sister and them went to a whole other school than me. Mind you, my grandmother was very different, very strict, to the point where I couldn't really go outside and just go out and hang out. So my sisters would bring all their friends to the house, and she was fine with that. Everybody would call her grandmother and stuff. So I picked the boy out the group that I call myself like, and I didn't really like him, but I liked him. He knew how I was because I was very open with how I was. Everybody that came around me at a young age, as a child, that was kids, that was around my age, they knew how I was. So the guy that I was talking to at the time, he knew how I was. So we decided to bring it to my grandmother and let her know, like, hey, we like each other. And I'm 14. Mind you, my grandmother didn't want me dating until I was 16 years old. So I told her, like, yeah, I like him. And, you know, just to see the feel or get the feel of what I would get from her. And for her to tell me that I couldn't date until I was 16, honey, she was happy to the motherfucker. You hear me? She was like, a boyfriend? Yes. I brought her back to the other side. But she really didn't bring me back to the other side. So I started dating this guy. His name, I'm not going to put his name out here. I'm going to give his initial. His initial, I'm going to say his name was A. And she was like, you know, she started letting me go outside more with this guy. And because we would all go out in big groups, my sisters and my other sibling and their friends, all of us would go outside and we all would have fun. Of course, we were doing things that we shouldn't have been doing. But we were all going outside as far as having fun. So I was able to go outside, and I had never experienced this. So I got used to it, and I was happy, and we were hanging out, and me and the guy, we would go outside, and I'm not even going to lie to y'all, this boy had his own girlfriend. When we would go outside, he had him a girlfriend. And I had this little piece that I liked it. So when we would go outside, we go outside holding hands, we get up the block, we let go, you hear me? He go his way, I go mine. You hear me? It ain't nobody business, though. Ouch. There ain't nobody business though. So he would be with his girlfriend, I be with my girlfriend, and we just all be kicking it. It was a vibe. Like, it was a vibe, y'all. I didn't have to fake like I liked him. I ain't gonna even act like in a small sense, I kind of liked him because I was okay. I was happy with the fact that he accepted who I was. He didn't judge me. He didn't try to make me kiss him. He didn't try to make me have sex with him. He didn't try to make me do nothing I didn't want to do. He was okay with me being who I was. So I was okay with that. We would go out here. I knew he had a girlfriend. He knew I had a girlfriend. We'd be doing us, right? And so we would do us, and we would come back home, and it'd be that. So me and this guy, we did this for about 2 years. And I know y'all want to be like, oh, so if you gay and you been this way, how you got 2 kids? Let's get into that. I met my kid's dad at high school. Like I said, I went to high school different than the rest of my siblings. Everybody else went to a different school than me. And I met him at school. And when I met him, it was more so us kicking it. It was my friend. And he, you know, displayed that he liked me. But it was nothing in my head. It was like, he know everybody in the school that knew me anyway knew that I liked the girls. It was never nothing that I've never hid my gender and the way that I am and my sexuality. I've never hid that. So everybody knew that I liked the girls, right? And my baby daddy, my kid's father, we met. We started hanging out. And I think I dated him for about 2 years. No sex. No sexual relationship. If he watched this video, he will even comment and let y'all know. And if he don't, he's a lie. I'm not even lying to y'all. No sex for about 2 years. I dated him, my kid's father, for about 6 to 7 years. And the first 2 years of us being together, we never, ever had sex. It was just us being friends and us hanging out. And no, I wasn't dating. I mean, I dated this one girl. Everybody know about that, Trees. But we didn't have sex for that amount of time. So that was me coming out. So, okay, speed the process up. I got pregnant. I got pregnant with my son in my junior year, going into my senior year of high school. It wasn't even my junior year. It was after the junior year had ended. So it was going into my senior year. And I got pregnant with my son. Thank God. Because I love the fuck out of him. You hear me? Wasn't traded for the world. I got pregnant with my son. And I'm not even going to lie to y'all. My son was... He was what he was. We planned to have him. You know what I'm saying? So... You know, we got pregnant with Jamari, and I fast forward that I had him. We had Jamari, and the girl came over to my house. Mind you, this is the girl that I'm dating in high school. And mind you, my grandma is still, at this point, she just thought I had flipped completely to dudes because I hadn't said nothing else to her about liking on no girls. So, speed it up. I might have had my baby and my girlfriend come over trying to play stepmama. You hear me? Trying to come see her son. Them facts. And my grandma was like, you know how the people be like, oh, they just trying to see if that's his baby. And that must be somebody he messing with. And I stopped her in her tracks, and I had to stop her and let her know, like, Grandma, no. Because I got irritated. I was carrying my baby around the house, and it was like every time that my girlfriend had got out of the reach of hearing us, she was like, oh, who is that? She must be trying to see, is this Alex's baby? And I'm like, Grandma, no. I'm just going to let you know this right now. And at this point, I was fed up. I was just like, it's going to have to come out. I'm 18 now, and yeah, this is my girlfriend. And I shouldn't have did it the way that I did it, but I did because I told my grandma, like, yeah, this is my girlfriend. She came to see my baby. This is our baby. You know what I'm saying? She was just, like, stuck. Like, I can never forget the look on my grandmother's face when I told her that this was my girlfriend and she was coming to see her baby. She looked at me like, and she turned around and she walked away. And she was hurt, y'all. It was like I had broke my grandma's heart. She just knew I had turned around and I was this newborn person and I just love men and I was pregnant. I didn't have a kid and a girl that came to see my baby and this is my girlfriend. Oh, I fucked her up with that one. So let's get past that. After I got pregnant with my son and had him, I ain't waiting my full 6 weeks, y'all. And I ain't waiting my full 6 weeks, y'all, because my baby daddy was thirsty. Him needed some water. Him needed some milk. You hear me?
I bet he did.
Him begged it. Him begged it and pleaded. He wanted the milk. And if y'all, and nobody here knows, but my grandmother calls my kids Character, which is my son, and Lamo. She called my daughter Lamo because she felt like I needed to go get a Lamo. But she ain't know. It was their daddy that wanted the Lamo. It wasn't me. He wanted a Lamo. He wanted a Lamo. He wanted the Lamo, okay? And I ain't gonna lie, I gave it to him. I wasn't even full past my 6 weeks, y'all. And a lot of people say, oh, you fucking wait till 6 weeks. I was no longer bleeding. With my daughter, I did not have any tears or no rips where I had to have stitches. She knew the fuck she supposed to been here. She pushed her own way into this world. And she wasn't hearing nothing else. It was, you wasn't going to tell her she wasn't coming. Okay? Amari said, I'm hearing, bitch. She was here. Hello? So, after that, speed past that, because there's relationships in between that situation and stuff. I got my daughter in. Y'all, I got the motherfucking American dream. Do you hear me? Who don't want a son and then a daughter? Who don't want it? Who don't want it? My son gonna be her protector for life. Do you hear me? For life. And he better stand on her 10 toes. He better stand behind her 10 toes when it come down to life, period. But I got my daughter and I got my son. First and foremost, I got my son. And then I have my daughter. I got 2 blessings. And I ain't mad. I'm grateful. I love them. They know I love their asses to the moon and back. I love them when they stink. I love them when they smell good. I love them when they irritating. I love them when they happy. I just love them, y'all. I ain't never knew that I can experience a love like this. Do you hear me? Don't get me wrong. I done had some people in my life in relationships that done love the fuck out of me, and I done love the fuck out of them. But when it come down to loving you, your children gives the best love. Hello. Okay, so let's skip on. Let's fast forward. Let's fast forward. Hello. To when I had to come out to my kids. This is my second coming out story. Now remember I told y'all I got 2 coming out stories in one. When I had to come out to my kids, they was what? I think my kids was like, they like 12, 13 now. What's 14? What's 4 years away from here? About 11, 10, 9, 8. They was like 7, 8 years old. Probably like 6, 7. I give them 7, 8. They about 6, 7, 7, 8. And they had never seen me with a woman before. I mean, don't get me wrong. They seen me with women, right? But I was the type of mom where I was secretive. I kept my business, my business. My kids never saw me kiss, hug, touch, squeeze, feel a woman. You know how it is in a lesbian relationship when you have a child. They never seen that from me. They never seen me be intimate with a woman. They never seen me kiss a woman. They never seen me lay under a woman. When they saw me with women, they felt like, oh, they're just my mama friend, and she just over here with my mama, and they just listening to music, and they just they ain't know. But they ain't have to know either. They were pretty young. So I did wait until they got a little older. Y'all, and I'm a little feminine in this video because this brings me back to my feminine days. Y'all don't know. I ain't been a stud but number 3 years. Number 3. But back to the story. I came out to my kids about 4 years ago. So they were about 6 or 7 or 7 or 8, one of them, because their birthdays are right behind each other, like literally right behind each other. My daughter's birthday is 4 days before my son's birthday. My daughter's birthday is the 24th, and my son's birthday is the 28th. That's how close in age they are. That's why I made it clear to y'all that I didn't wait my 6 weeks, because when my baby turned 3 months, I knew I was pregnant. I found that I was pregnant before he would just turn 3 months when I found that I was pregnant with my daughter. I ain't ashamed. But that's how it went. So, yeah. Her actual due date was on my son's birthday. But she came 4 days before my son's birthday. And she ain't come because I wanted her to. She came because she forced her way in, y'all. She wiggled her motherfucking way out. You hear me? And I told her, look, girl, you supposed to be waiting for 4 more days. She said, I'm coming, motherfucker. Right now, let me in this motherfucker. You hear me? That was her. That was her. I was like, Amari, slow down. She was like, hell no. I'm here now. But back to the story, y'all. So I waited until my kids were about 6, 7 years old, 7, 8 years old, to tell them that their mom was lesbian. And I think the only reason that I even came out to them, or even came to them and told them that I am a lesbian woman, is because I wanted to change my attire. I was a full-blown feminine woman. Like, not feminine with my mentality, but like clothes, hair, nails, lashes, eyebrows, heels, all that. I want the whole nine. I had it all. You hear me? Whichever you look at a woman and you see as a woman full-blown stallion, I was her. You hear me? I was that. I went every 2 weeks to get my nails and my eyebrows redid. I put my lashes on and get my hair done. I wasn't going outside without fixing myself up and looking pretty. You know what I'm saying? But I had to stop that because, one, I ain't gonna say, but a lot of people be like, oh, I dress like a stud because I'm just this comfortable person. I feel more comfortable like this. And that's really kind of like my story. I feel a little more comfortable dressing this way. One, because men are, honey, they are so degrading and so, they make you feel so low while trying to make you feel so good because they're going to be all in your face and I hate for a man literally to be all over me. I know that I'm a beautiful woman. If y'all saw my stud to film transformation, hello, I'm a beautiful woman. When I do the girl thing, I can do the girl thing, but I'm not really with that. A man rolling up on me like, hey, little mama, what you doing? How you feeling today? Can I take you? I'm not with that. That's never been my, it's never been my, and then when you tell them, oh, I'm a lesbian woman and I like, me too, is their response, I don't like that. So I came out and I told my kids before I even switched up and told them, you know what I'm saying? Like, I need to talk to y'all. Like, I sat them down and talked to them like adults. And it's kind of weird because a lot of people be like, oh my God, you just so open with them. You just tell them everything. But I do, y'all. Like, these is my motherfucking bestest friends in the whole wide world. Like, I don't know if anybody will ever understand, like, how connected and how bonded and how happy I am with my children. Like, we so connected, y'all. I'll tell them my deepest, darkest secrets before I tell anybody else. And I don't care how close I am with a person. I will tell my kids my deepest, darkest secrets before I tell anybody. And I ain't gonna say it's messed up, but in a sense, as an adult, you know, they say you shouldn't just be up and talk. I talk to my kids like they're me because they are me. They're just little bees. They're little bitty me's, but they're me. So I'm telling them what I would have told myself then. That's how I look at it. But whatever. I went and I told them, you know, like, mommy, you know, like girls. This is before I openly dated a girl in front of them. I sat them down and I told them, like, hey, I like girls and this is how it's going to be. And anything you feel you want to ask me a question. I'm going to answer it. You know what I'm saying? And y'all, my son he was all game. He was ready. He was like, Ma, what? You going to be a boy? Okay. My daughter, on the other hand, y'all. And this is the part where it gets a little emotional. No, I'm not going to cry because I'm not a crybaby. But it gets a little emotional because, like, she broke down. I'm talking about full-blown tears. I'm talking about, mommy, why? I want more siblings. Broke down. Like, to her main thing was she wanted another sibling. And not to say that she can't have another sibling because she has other siblings after her. Well, one other sibling, her brother, shout out to him. Quick, shout out to you, son. But she has another sibling after her, but it's not from me. And that's what she really, really wanted. She really wanted another sibling from me. And me being the woman that I am, it has nothing to do with my sexuality because I love being a woman. And I understand that I could have a child at any time that I want to. But I don't see myself having another child. The two blessings that God gave me, my son and my daughter, is the two blessings that I am grateful for, and the two blessings that I want, the two blessings that I need. I don't feel like I need any more after them. I feel like they complete me. They give me my whole completeness. And I don't feel like I need any more after them. So for her to break down in front of me, and for that to be the reason, really, not that I was gonna, be with women, but the fact that I was not gonna have any more kids, it hurted me a little bit. But y'all, I don't want no more kids. And I have all that I need in a girl and all that I need in a boy when it comes to my daughter and my son. And I ain't gonna even lie, if God ever grant me to have grandchildren, I'm gonna be the best Mimi possible. You hear me? I'm gonna be the best Mimi possible. I'm gonna be the best granny. Like, ain't gonna be nothing nobody could tell me about my grandkids. Nothing nobody could tell me. You know what I'm saying? But I don't want to have no more kids. They got another brother, and that's my son. Quake. Hey, baby. I love y'all. That's the baby. But you know what I'm saying? That's my baby. And you know what I'm saying? Like, after that, as far as having another kid out of my body, no, man. I had both of my kids with no medication. Both of them. I was in labor with my son for 10 hours with no medication. Hello. I was in labor with my daughter for about 30 minutes to an hour, because when I tell y'all she was determined to be here, she was determined. It was no saying that Amari wasn't coming. When Amari said her man to coming through that birth canal, honey, it wasn't no time to give me nothing. By the time I got on the ambulance, she was crowning. By the time I got into the emergency room, she was coming out. So it was no chance to get any type of medication. With my son, I had plenty of time. I was in the room, and I was waiting for him to come, and he was stubborn. He was in, and he was out. He was in, and he was out. He was coming down, and he was going back up, honey. But I still denied medication because I wanted to experience that, because part of me always knew that I was never going to go through this again. You know what I'm saying? Until I had my daughter. So that was my two coming out stories, y'all. I had to come out to my grandmother first on numerous occasions, because she was just not with the shits. And then I had to come out to my children. So I don't even know. I want to say it was 2 times, but I'm going to say 3, because after that I came out. Well, not came out, but I came to my grandmother with her already knowing the person that I was and the way that I wanted to be. And her being unaccepting. And then me coming to her as a stud, as y'all see me today. And her accepting me wholeheartedly, y'all. When I tell y'all I walked into her house dressed as I am, in my house, in my happiness, in her house, in her home, and she opened her arms and she embraced me and she hugged me and she told me to be the best me that I could be. And told me that she would never deny me. So yeah, truthfully, really, I came out 3 times. I came out once to my grandma. Well, multiple times to my grandma all at once. Then I came out to my kids. And then I kind of came out to my grandmother again, because I came to her house dressed like who I am today. And she couldn't do nothing but accept me. And she made me feel so good, y'all. I ain't gonna even talk about coming out to my daddy, y'all, because the shit's so hilarious. Y'all gonna laugh at me. I told my motherfucker daddy, this nigga told me he already knew. How the hell did you know? I ain't never told you this. You ain't never saw me with no female before, but my daddy said, I already knew, baby. Mind you, it was his mama that raised me. So what if she told him, y'all, when I was like little, and when I first told her, what if she told him to tell him so she could get some comfort? But he never said nothing about it, so I can't assume that she told him. But he said he already knew. And he loved me anyways. So, yeah, y'all. And I say, this video is 34 minutes long. I might not even edit this, because y'all need the whole raw and uncut. Even though I yelled at my baby in the beginning because his ass play too much. Y'all don't, if y'all knew Jamari for real, he played too motherfucking much. Everybody get tired of his motherfucking ass. Including me and the cats too. Shit, we all get tired of him. But we love him. So I might not even cut none of this out.
Mom, cut some of it out.
I don't think I'm gonna cut none. I think I'm gonna upload this just how it is, honey.
Okay, make sure you don't cut out the part where you hit your head, too.
There you go.
I ain't gonna cut that out either. And if y'all didn't know, yeah, Amari been watching me the whole time. Because this right here is my hip. I'm surprised that she been in her room because I got because even if I got company usually, she don't give a fuck. She be in my room like, who this? This Amari, who this? Like, that's the vibes, y'all. If you ever meet me in person, that's the vibe you gonna get from my daughter. She gonna be like, this Amari, who this? Oh, you here to, this gonna be her, y'all. You here to see my mama? I'm right here. I be like, dang, back up. But she don't give me my space. Jamari, he give me my space. Boys is different than girl. And I ain't gonna even lie to y'all. I love that. I love that.
Chill.
She don't give me no space. I love that. But I don't love that. Why you take the flashlight, bro?
I want to go to sleep.
I don't care what you want to do.
All right, hurry up.
Yeah, y'all getting this raw and uncut because she just took me there.
Shit.
And at this point, because my phone and stuff falling, I'm out.